All right. This is actually a free module from my course, How to Become a Winner. Okay. And literally, I'm talking about how to do training, how to do more training without getting tired, and literally 10 times your output. If you want the full course, you can check the description of this video. Okay. Right. Welcome to the visualization chapter. Now, this is personally one of my favorite chapters, okay? One of the reasons why is because it is one of the ways where you can get extra training in and not get tired. All right? I'll say that again. You can train without getting tired and no fatigue on your body. You can be doing this every single day on top of your Muay Thai training, on top of work. You can literally do it before you go to bed. Okay? This is this is wild, all right? I'm telling you, this works. Okay? Visualization, you probably know it as some wishy-washy white girl stuff where they dream about getting back with their ex, okay? The truth is, honestly, it works, but not for what we're doing, okay? You're not dreaming about that, okay? What we're gonna do instead is dream not only about the outcome of what we want, so, you know, being in the ring, visualizing everything from the lights, from the sound of the crowd, from the ground itself, how your feet feel rubbing against like the weird carpet thing, how your corner is going to fit that mouth guard into your mouth. Or even if they don't, maybe they're talking about the advice they're going to tell you. You need to visualize all of that, yes? But we're also going to visualize training as well. Literally training, literally like shadow boxing, okay? Literally even, okay, I'll go through it I know there's a lot, so I'll go through it, okay? Visualizing the actual fight itself is one of the most important parts, okay? So obviously, like, on fight day, okay, you're gonna be in the ring, yeah, an arena. I don't know, or sorry, at like a venue. You don't know, you might not know the venue, but if you do, especially if you do, like, if there are other fighters in your gym that usually, like, for the first fight they fought this venue, it's probably going to be that one, okay? So what I want you to do, like, I'm holding your hand throughout all this, okay? What I want you to do is actually search up on Google, like, the address, okay? And just look at the room. Like looking at it in person is actually very good. I didn't have a chance to do that for my fights, but what I want you to do is literally look at the photos, like on Google Photos, like the images. Sorry, like look at them, okay, and visualize like what it's gonna feel like. Okay, like genuinely, it's probably gonna feel quite hot. Okay, because it's probably gonna be a fairly small place, especially if it's your first fight. Like Muay Thai, combat sports, you don't make enough money for what you do, okay? But you're doing it for the glory, okay? I feel like Muay Thai, just combat sports in general, it's almost a necessity for any young person to kind of go through, all right? I'm going to put my sons and daughters through this as well, like to eventually fight, okay? In some discipline, it doesn't have to be Muay Thai because it's quite tough, right? But back to the visualization with the venue, I want you to literally visualize the temperature, okay? Like, I'm not even just talking about how it's gonna feel in the ring, okay? I want you to think about the temperature as you're entering the venue, before you've even like gotten changed, like before you even like you're opening the door to get into the place. Visualize it, okay? How everything's gonna feel. Is it like a pull door? You're just gonna feel everything, okay? Is there a lot of people? Okay, they're like, whoa, yay! I don't know what your name is, but like, yay! We love you. And there's gonna be people like staring you down because you're fighting against their friend, or like they're angry, I guess. But these people, they're your supporters, yeah. Like literally, visualize those things as well. Okay, Visualize if they have little banners being like, oh, you can kill him, or like like we love you. Like visualize all of that, everything to like an artistic detail like level. Okay, where like for me, what I visualized almost like most nights leading up to the fights. Okay, I'm gonna try to draw this as best as I can. Okay, but I was trying to visualize like my hand wrapped. Yeah, I don't know if this is really a oh, okay. Anyways, yeah, these are meant to be knuckles. Basically, I visualized how my knuckles felt under my hand wraps as they were tight. Okay, and like that doesn't sound like much, but then how it also felt against the glove that was eventually going to meet my opponent's skull. Okay, how this middle knuckle here was going to meet someone's skull. Okay, all right. There we are. Okay, like how that's all going to feel. Everything. And do not take this lightly. Like literally, spend like even before bed or waking up, then maybe before bed as well. Okay, like 5-10 minutes visualizing these things. Writing it down is pretty nice. Okay, it's pretty good, especially because it takes like a lot longer to write than to think these words through. Okay, you want to try this. You really want to try this. Visualize like literally meeting your knuckle against your opponent. Like, how are you gonna hit him? Is it like, imagine this is the guy. Is it on his chin, or is it gonna be because you want to knock him out with like a hook? Is it through his temple, or are you gonna try to hook him here, or are you gonna try to jab him here? Okay, like you need to visualize all these things and how you're going to move. Okay, like during the fight, genuinely, just doing drills is super important, of course. But everyone's doing that. Everyone's doing drills. That's just the truth. Everyone's doing drills. No one, I'm telling you, like 10% of people are going to be dreaming. Like visualization is basically dreaming about this. All right. This is basically 2xing your output. Okay, possibly even 10 times, because the only time you're going to do drills is when you're actually at the gym. Okay, so that's maybe for 1 hour. You can do visualization anywhere. Okay, you can do it before bed. Okay, like literally before you go to sleep, so you can like really remember in your head. Okay, damn seagulls. Anyways, you want to do this. It's super, super important. Okay, like it doesn't matter how skilled you are. As you can visualize these things, you are going to be an amazing fighter as well. Okay, like do all these things to an obsessive level. Okay, 5-10 minutes. Waking up, you woke up, you do this. Before you go to bed, you do this. You can even do it slightly before training. Like, what am I going to do during the fight? What am I going to do against one of my like sparring partners? All right, you will see a drastic improvement. I'm telling you, it will help you so much. Okay. Another thing we want to cover. Okay, this doesn't have much scientific backing currently. All right, but I will tell you now, it technically does. This wasn't done for fighting, okay? But I applied the same knowledge, okay? Basically, there were these basketball players. I realized I should have explained this a little bit before, but there were these basketball players, Group A and Group B, okay? And they all played basketball, okay? They were about the same like level, okay? Now, they had the task. They were handed the task to improve their 3 points. Okay, their 3 pointers. So like that's basically shooting the ball into the nets. Okay, from a distance. Okay, they both had to do the same thing. Okay, and had to improve it over the course of I think it was like 2 weeks. Okay, they had to improve it. Now, Group A did the traditional method, which is literally the drills. Yeah. like physically being in the gym, okay, like as normal. Like what else are you gonna do? Yeah. But then group B, this is gonna sound wild, okay? Group B, thoughts. Okay. They thought. Group A did the drills. Group B thought about shooting. They thought about how their legs would extend and then jump up. They thought about how the ball felt in their hand as they chucked it. Or rather, it should be like that, yeah. So, as they threw the ball in. Okay? Same amount of time, by the way, okay? Mind you. Same, equal time. Okay? These two, yeah. So, they did this over the course of 2 weeks. And what they saw was that they were both equal. Okay? The improvement was equal. There was no difference. Okay? Being at the gym was no different than thinking that you were training. Okay? Now, this is obviously a little bit different to muscle growth. Okay? But you're a fighter. You're not really looking for muscle growth. You're looking for absolute performance where you might weigh 54 kg, but you literally hit like a truck. Okay? That's the truth be told. You can't afford to go up in weight. So, one of the best ways to actually improve as a fighter is not just through drills. It's to actually mix it with thinking about the drills. Okay? You know how through like Instagram, I'll just imagine that's your phone. Remember, you probably have Instagram. You've seen those drills before, like for Muay Thai, like, oh, these are sick combos, and it's like literally a 10-second clip. Those are super useful. Those are genuinely super useful and super like creative, because some of them is just like highlight clips from legendary fighters. Honestly, if you watch those clips and just replay them in your head and imagine how it would feel to throw one of those, especially during the fights, like that's going to put you up a notch. Okay? Most fighters will take, that's whatever the combo is and apply it in the actual gym. What you are going to do is have a middleman from Instagram and think. Okay? Because the thing is, you can literally do this before you go to bed. You're probably brain rotting before bed, which I don't condone you do, but if you did, right? Use it. Everything you do should cater towards being a better fighter. This is what the point of the entire program is a guarantee that you win your next fight, okay? So go from Instagram with all the combos and that, and literally think about how it would feel to throw those things. Again, to an artistic level of detail. If you had to like literally go into the clinch with them, think about how your hands would have to enter to protect yourself first, then you wrap around, then you would throw a knee or something, okay? Think about all those outcomes. Then think about how you could apply it in the gym. And then after your session, think about how did that work? Like, was someone able to counter it? Literally, it all comes back to thinking, okay? Like, mindset is so important. Do not just go brain dead, okay? If you can, just don't go brain dead. I tell you to go brain dead so you can follow my instructions, okay? But basically, you can use Instagram. This is such an amazing place for it. So obviously study fighters, okay? Study fighters, and this will help you a lot. Okay. This is what I did. Okay, so the whole point of this is that you stack this idea of this experiment where basketball players were literally they were somehow equal, like from the physical drills to literally thinking about the drills. Okay, that they saw equal improvement. You want to stack the both of them, and then you can literally double or 10 times your actual, like, the fighter that you could be. Imagine your first fight and you are literally moving like someone who has already had like 5 fights, because that's the truth. Okay, you are going to look very clean. The truth is, like, I look back at my fights and I look a lot better than the fighters that I went against. And that's, I think, a big reason to that is because I did this. Okay? I did the visualization practice where I genuinely was like delusional thinking about, okay, I think I think about the drills that I want to pull off on my opponents. Like, oh yeah, I want to make sure like these the my right kick, for example, is gonna hit their arm so hard that it's gonna break it, and I'm just gonna double up on it, make them fear it, and then it's gonna make them scared of my right leg. Then I show my right leg, then I've made them with the cross, right? Like, you genuinely want to be almost this excited talking about it as well, right? Like, talking to other people about this kind of thing, it's gonna be weird. All right, they're gonna think, "Why are you doing this? All you're talking about is Muay Thai." Genuinely, if you want to win, that's just what's gonna happen. All right, like, people are gonna be annoyed by how obsessed you are, but the truth is, if you're not gonna try to be this obsessed, it's gonna be very hard to guarantee that you are going to win. Okay, it's those who are basically obsessed that will win. Okay, you want to be doing this, always thinking about what you can do. Now, this is very different though. This is very different from flow. Okay? Flow is very, very different from visualizing. Okay? I did say, yes, think all the time. Think about what you could do. Okay? Actually, yeah, basically, I'll cover this because I've just realized something else I should probably tell you too. Okay? Flow is where, you probably already know, is basically where like you're not really thinking anymore, but you're also still challenged. Okay? Where especially if you play a musical instrument, when you're playing like a piece that's kind of challenging you, but you've also you made so much progress in that you can just play. Okay? That's flow, where it's not too hard but it's not too easy. Okay? Where it's still interesting to you but it's not boring to you. It's that middle ground. Okay? Especially during sparring, you want to have this feeling of flow where you're not thinking and thinking and thinking, but you're like almost not instinctual. Okay? But you're seeing like, oh, a move here, I fake, and then I go for the head, and then I go for a knee. Okay? You want to hit this feeling of flow. Never go into this where you're sparring and you're thinking, oh, what could I do? What could I do? What could I do? Okay? Think, almost go into a flow sparring. Okay? Like, if you don't do flow sparring, it's actually, flow sparring, it's a type of sparring, by the way, I should say, where you're almost literally moving kind of slow, almost like the Matrix, but you're seeing these moves that you could do to each other, and you just kind of show that you can. Okay, so like you don't blast them with the cross, but the strong bum, bum, bum. Okay, and nothing actually hurts, but everything just flows. Okay, that way, in an actual fight, these things, by basically doing it slow, by seeing those opportunities and taking it slowly, you can do it at a faster pace. Okay, that's the truth. Like, in full speed, when you're actually fighting someone, you're gonna see that opportunity, boom, you took it, because you know you're not playing around anymore, right? But that's just the concept of flow. You already know what that is, but I just want to say, like, it's very different from just thinking. Keep this outside of training, okay? But keep this within training, okay? But I want to cover just another thing as well here. Rest. Now, obviously, you're resting, like, physically, okay? But you need to be resting mentally, too. Visualizing is very, very taxing to the head. Very, very taxing. It's very cool for me to say, oh, you should just keep thinking. But it's going to be tiring, okay? And you need to actually take enough rest for your brain, because it can only take so much, right? Everyone always thinks about like the physical rest required after a training session, and you're probably already nailing it. You should be obviously doing like at least 7.5 hours to 9 hours of sleep honestly, if you can hit the upper end of this, amazing. You are doing amazing. That's good. Okay? This is a minimum. Okay? Even if you're not asleep, by the way, I'll do a sleep module, but like, if you're not asleep, but you're still in bed, that's still good. Okay? But it is what it is. Like, sometimes you will have to stay up for whatever reasons, or what you're a student or working, whatever. Okay? But mental rest. Okay? Mental rest can be taken not through Instagram reels, though, okay? Not through YouTube videos, okay? Now, I'm almost self-sabotaging myself because I make videos, but basically, if you are doing all of this, okay? If you're doing all of this, it will be tiring to your mind, and you need your mind to be relaxed, okay? If it's overly stressed, you're not going to be able to flow. You're not going to be able to think. At the very least, you're not going to be able to think well. Okay? And everything in your life is just going to get a lot harder. Okay? Basically, make sure you're taking like, I will tell you right now how to like mentally rest. Okay? There you are. That's basically it. No phone, no laptop. Instead, just take a nap. Nap or sleep, because that's the only way for your mind to actually rejuvenate. Or, if you want, stare at a wall. Okay? Believe me, people who say, oh, I just want to take a little break and then just scroll through Instagram, they're not giving their brain time to rest. What's actually happening in their monkey mind, imagine that's a brain, it looks more like a bean, but basically, in their mind, even if they're scrolling through like Instagram, whatever, okay? Even if they're scrolling through it, it's still like firing off. It's like electric, okay? It's still firing off. It is not resting, okay? When you actually go to bed, that's when, imagine that's a bed. All right. That's when it can actually rest. Okay? Very simply. Okay? You don't need me to like show you the scientific proof for this. Like, obviously, like, you can, we have all lied before, saying to our parents like, oh yeah, I just want to like play a few games just to relax. Like, imagine this is like a PS4 controller. I just want to play a few games just to relax after studying. The thing is, again, your brain is just firing off. Okay, like, it's just a lie. It's just a lie. Okay, to actually rest, you need sleep of some capacity. Okay, so if your mind does feel tired, take a nap, or you can sleep. Honestly, if you're a fighter and you are training really hard, you will want to take naps anyways, right? Like, try to not let it be any longer than like 15-20 minutes. Okay, genuinely. But yeah, rest or stare at a wall if you want to stay awake. Okay, to rejuvenate. Oh, sorry, stare at a wall. There we are. Just try these things. Okay, not even just try, just do these things. Okay, you need to make your time purposeful. Okay, that's the biggest thing. Most fighters, they're not, sorry, most fighters aren't like purposeful with their time, where they say they're resting, but they're actually just playing games. Okay, now you can, there's a time and place for it. If you want to win, you could try to do it, but I can't guarantee you win anymore. Okay, you still have a high chance of winning, but if you want the best chances, when you say you want to relax, okay, keyword is relax. Every time you say that to yourself in your head, these are your only options. Okay, not this, not Instagram. Okay, this. Okay, this. You want to be able to rest or sleep or nap or stare at a wall, genuinely, or stare at nature if you wanted to. Okay, any of those, and that's how your mind will actually be able to rest after doing this. Okay, this is a lot. It's a lot. Thinking for 10-15 minutes about these things and then doing it at night and then doing it in between, it's a lot. It is a lot, okay? That's why you need to do this. Now, if you did want to play like, video games and that, then that's called enjoyment. Okay? Then you can use, if you want to spend the time specifically for like joy, then spend it as joy. But do not confuse it with relaxing. This is not relaxing, okay? You have to keep that in mind. Okay, so summary. Visualize everything, okay? From, where is it? Yeah, you need to literally visualize how you will feel on fight day, how the arena is going to look, how the people are going to interact with you, or how the temperature is going to feel. Is there people holding up the poster saying, oh, like, go you, like all of those things. How is a fight poster probably going to look? All those things, okay? Think about the drills as much as you actually do the drills as well if you can, all right? Like, it's going to be quite tiring, okay? But it is going to work. What this is going to do is actually 10 times your output, okay? You are going to look a lot cleaner in technique, even if someone has been training like 5 years, okay? Like, you are going to look a lot cleaner than them because you have been training more than them despite not getting tired, okay? Study fighters if you can. If you want to scroll through Instagram for like combos or like techniques, then you can, but also don't just apply them in the gym. Think about how you could apply it. Like, be active in this thinking, okay? About how you might pull this off during the actual fight and then throw it in like while you're sparring. Then also think about how it worked out, how well, like what didn't work. Even talk to the other fighters in the gym and like, oh, I wonder if this would work. I saw on Instagram, it's just like, I always find it's like really hard to like catch you here. Like, talking to other fighters will help you a lot here, okay, as well. Concept of flow, obviously, like, it's very different from thinking, okay? Make sure you can actually flow in sparring. If you can flow in sparring, you will be able to flow in a fight. This is what you want. You do not want to be thinking during a fight. You want to be flowing, okay? You can tell the difference between someone who's flowing or thinking, okay? And rest. Just learn to rest. Okay, that is this module done, okay? Visualize everything. Again, if you don't understand any of these points, go back previously to, I don't know, a few minutes or so you can really nail this point, okay? You need to keep this in the forefront, okay? Because this is how you literally 10 times your output. It's crazy, okay? Most people don't even talk about this kind of thing. And I think for good reason, okay? It's like a cheat code, okay? As long as you're actually doing the right things, though, okay? Don't just scroll through Instagram just because, oh, it'd be funny stuff. Like, there's a time and place for it. If you're enjoying the content, then you can. But if you want to get better at Muay Thai, if you want to get better at boxing, whatever, you go through Instagram for the combos because it's a really good place for it. Then think about it afterwards, okay? You move on to the next module now. Right, so that was the free course, okay? Now, if you found value out of it, please check out the rest of the course because I'm sure that you can become a winner. I believe anyone can become a winner to fights, okay? You can fight, you can win, but I'm telling you, like, this is literally like the extra information, and you found that useful, you will find 10 times, 100 times more value in my course. If you want to buy the course, check the link of this video.